Series micro stock champion. Talk to him right now, Tom Ervin. Tom, welcome to EMPA. Tom, great to have you here. First of all, a couple people have asked the ALP, Alp Racing Enterprises. Tell us about that.
Well, that's Al Ponteseca. He's the team owner for a four-car team. He's also the team sponsor with his Al Ponteseca contracting company in Wayne, New Jersey.
Now, you've been around racing a long time. I know I got to know you at Flemington Speedway when you raced modifieds there. You've had dirt track experience and pavement as well, and of course go-karts. But tell the folks here, what is a micro stock? Perhaps they've seen them. It's a very competitive form of racing.
Okay, the micro stocks are actually about a quarter scale of a full-size dirt modified, suspensionless vehicle with a single cylinder engine. The division I run in is the modified division, where we take a utility motor and make it do things it was never meant to do.
Now you've gotten, let's see, this would be your 32nd micro stock championship. Am I correct on that, give or take?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive. What got you into micro stock racing? And as I mentioned, you ran modifieds on the big tracks. I know racing is a lot of fun. Is that kind of what led you to micro stock racing?
Yes, actually I started out as a go-kart racer and actually thought I'd never do anything but go-kart racing. And I actually live in the same town as John Kazmersky, who builds the K&K chassis, and I would be over there buying parts from him. One time I was in there buying parts, and he said, "I'm looking for someone about your size and your height and weight to drive one of my cars." So I told him I'd think about it and see if I could think of anyone, and I went home. So the next day I showed up and told him that I thought of someone, and I ended up driving with John for the K&K team for 27 years.
So did you race at a legendary track in North Jersey, Pinebrook Speedway?
I actually ran the last two races ever held on that track. That's all the driving I did on that track. But a couple years before that, I'd been a crew chief on a sportsman car at that track.
Now, Pinebrook Speedway was, what, a tenth of a mile paved oval?
Yes.
And so you went from there to racing a modified at 5/8 mile Flemington Speedway.
There are a few steps in between there, but yeah.
That must be quite an experience. You know, people talk about how legendary Flemington was and all the great racing there. It must be pretty neat for you to run a modified there.
Flemington was a place with a magic all its own. Just walking into the place, you felt the history just looking around, and it did not disappoint when you got on the track.
Now with the micro stock, Tom, you started running at various speedways around the Northeast and down south, I believe, too. The Wall Sunday Series has become quite successful, and what I like about it is it's kind of neat for, you know, racing veterans. Let's say for like yourself, you've been around a while, and there's a lot of young kids who race there as well. So it's a good mix, and it's certainly grooming drivers of the future. And it's what, every Sunday afternoon in the spring, summer, and early fall at the inner track at Wall Stadium.
Yes, that's the flat track on the infield that anyone who's been to Turkey Derby recently would have seen the TQs running on that same circuit.
And do you need to do much of a setup on the micro stocks? Are they pretty well self-sufficient, or do you have to do a lot of tweaking on them?
We are constantly trying to find the right setup, as with any race car, and as with most race cars, rarely finding it.
And we understand that, of course, we've seen her compete and we've seen her write. Robin Ervin, who is a member of our group here at the EMPA, a very fine writer, she covers Wall Stadium racing on Saturday nights for Ariana Racing News. And for a little diversion, Robin Ervin, your lovely wife, she races a micro stock as well.
Well, this year, partway through the season, she decided to step back from the driving and return to just being a full-time reporter. But yes, she ran for several years with the micro stock, and prior to that, she had run in the go-karts over at Englishtown.
Do you have fun running against your wife?
Yeah, although you gotta be careful.
At least had some discussions at home afterwards, right?
That's right. We don't want to be banging wheels on the track.
Well, Tom, again, after 32 championships, what's your plans for 2020?
Well, I'm returning with the Al Ponteseca race team. We're actually going to be out next weekend at the Motorsports Show with the cars on display, and from there we start putting them back into race trim, and we'll go out and do it again.
Al, I tell you what, Al Ponteseca is a great guy. I've known him for many years, and you guys make a great team, and that's what it's all about.
we have a great time together. In fact, the whole bunch, the microstock people that I hang out with all the time, as well as the rest of the Sunday Series crowd, and well, for all the tracks I've been through the years, I find that you find an awful lot of great people in racing.
Absolutely, well said. Tom, thanks so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Ervin, microstock champion at Wall Stadium. Congratulations, Tom. Dino?